Why hello there everyone, P106 here, and as you can see, I'm back at it once more with Sonic Origins Plus. Previously, we completed Sonic CD 100% as both Tails and Knuckles, and boy was that one heck of a playthrough. Glad to be back. I certainly am enjoying this playthrough a lot more than before, certainly. And as I previously mentioned, today I will be live streaming Sonic the Hedgehog 2 once more, but only this time I'm going to get all the emeralds, and I'm actually going to 100% the game to make something out of this. Since last time I didn't do so, and pretty bad on my part, but as I mentioned before, here we go again. What abomination awaits. Previously, we even completed this as Amy and Tails. For the sake of showcasing the surprise board, we even got all the emeralds, and today is no different. That's where you're going to be doing the same thing. But anyhow, I'm gonna stop saying the same thing, and here we go. Even get the opening cutscene. You gotta love these. They really add an additional layer of depth and story. See, Tails here is just pretty much living the experience that is getting bullied. Feel bad for him. He always did so because of his two tails. I'd say Sonic's probably the only one who actually came to respect that. Anyhow, but just like that, Tails has officially joined our party. Whoopie-doo, I guess. Good for him. And he even accidentally learned how to fly. Guess he really couldn't do that before, could he? That's interesting. Here we go. Classic. And don't worry, in case you didn't understand that cutscene, I'll explain it in about 5 seconds or less. Here we go. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. A classic game indeed, and by far, I'd say the second most popular game ever released for the Genesis, after Sonic the Hedgehog 1, of course, since it was also bundled, so... Here we go again. Don't mind me, I may or may not have been doing some speedrun attempts for this game too, so... Here we go. Oh boy, what abomination awaits ahead. But anyways, let's off from the opening cutscene. Emerald Hill Act 1, here we go. Nice. Well, we're already off to a great start. It's not even been more than 10 seconds, already we got a hit. Beautiful. Oh, thanks, Tails. But as you can see, Tails is back once more, and obviously he's being controlled by an AI. Just a pretty nice decoration, I love it. It's pretty funny seeing him mess around. And speaking of Tails, he's the new character added in this game. This game was originally released back in 1991, and as I mentioned before, Tails is one of the newest additions to the game. Or to the franchise, I should say. Basically, he's pretty much a fox, as you could probably tell, and he can fly, which is pretty cool. Oh, hello to you too, Gonix. Yes, thank you very much. I've been very excited to play this game, and I've been wanting to play this for a while now. And boy, is this one of the most popular Sonic games there ever are. Alongside CD, of course. Love that game. But anyway, you obviously notice I'm collecting 50 rings again, since again we're not in Sonic 3 and Knuckles yet, so we're back to the rule where we have to collect 50 rings and take it someplace. Which conveniently are these star posts, or the checkpoints. And don't worry, I'll answer all your questions in a moment right after we get this over with. Anyway, welcome to the Half Pipe, the new special stages in the franchise. Basically, the method of collecting all the emeralds and unlocking Super Sonic, another cool feature added within the game. You must collect 50 rings in each. You must first collect 50 rings and then reach a checkpoint, activate it with 50 rings or more, and then jump inside that particle effect that appears on top of it. If you do this correctly, congratulations, you have officially opened the Half Pipe and you've reached the special stage. Once you've made it onto the special stages, you have to collect a certain amount of rings. The game requests you collect. If you get more than enough rings, or if you get the exact amount, then congratulations, the emerald's yours, and that's 1 out of the 7 you have to collect. Since in this game, as mentioned before, they added 7 emeralds, given by the previous cutscene. And speaking of story, oh, get ready, here we go, I'm about to barrage you with lore. 3, 2, 1, go. So basically, this game takes place right after the events of Sonic CD, where after saving Little Planet and Amy from the clutches of Metal Sonic and Robotnik, Sonic pretty much tries out his plane, his plane, the Tornado, in other words, and flies it off the West Side Island, where it's pretty much an island he discovered just to take a vacation. And during that time, he even met a new friend, Tails, which we saw in the opening cutscene, who was pretty much just getting bullied. But after Sonic saves him, quote unquote, Tails pretty much decides to look up to him, and he pretty much decides to follow him. And alongside the way, he even learns how to fly by propelling himself using his two tails, as I just said, to put it that way. And from there on out, Tails decides to join Sonic in his fight against Robotnik. And speaking of Robotnik, Robotnik also returns to the game, where in this game, he is once again back looking for the Chaos Emeralds, which are now in West Side Island. Since in the previous game, after the events of Sonic 1, we pretty much saved South Island, and the emeralds vanished to White Side Island. That's a new resting spot, and which is why the exact reason as to why Robotnik shows up in this game again. Since he's after the emeralds, as he wants to use them to power his new super weapon or fortress, the Death Egg. I know, Star Wars. To pretty much use their power to destroy West Side Island, and now it's up to Sonic and Tails to prevent that from happening at all costs. Pretty elaborate story, I know. Another reason why I love these games to death. Just because of how creative the stories are and how engaging they are. Alright, hello to you too, Cade. Nice to see you here. Welcome to the stream. Don't mind us, we're back in the half-pipe again. Here we go. Oh, and speaking of the half-pipe, you can even go 360 degrees around, 360 degrees clockwise, which is pretty cool. Love the additional details. This is a Sonic game after all, so you feel free to barrage yourself with creativity, since I love these games. Since that's pretty much what these games are all about. Or used to be about, somewhat, kind of. Anyway, cool. You have to collect 140 of these now. Keep in mind, you have to do this 5 more times after this. Boy, will that be fun. Or actually, that's a lie. 12 more times, since we're doing this again as Knuckles, for the sake of variety. Isn't that just neat? Anyways, here we go. Just get enough ranks and you should be fine. Or go over the limit if you want extra lives, whichever you prefer, obviously. Nice. For some reason, they even added a purple emerald. Huh. Guess they really got confused with Sonic CD, because previously there was never a purple emerald. There used to be an indigo one, but I guess they replaced it. Since the newly added emerald was supposed to be the cyan one, but... Anyways. Emerald Hill Zone Act 1. Back here we go again. Sonic lore has been destroyed once more. Fantastic. But anyway, as you notice, this is pretty much Green Hill the sequel, and boy, do I love this zone. It's a pretty fun one. It's even better than Green Hill, since for one, since A, it's a lot longer than Green Hill, and two, corkscrews are a thing, and boy, are they satisfying to run through. Just beware not to get hit by enemies. While in the process, since you will lose your ranks, and you do not want to go backtrack now, do you? This is a Sonic game after all, and speed is the main emphasis of the game. Beware of those enemies, the coconuts, how I like to call them. I mean, I'm not sure if that's if that's a real name. I just assumed because of the cartoon, The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, since in that cartoon, that's what that badnik was called. I know, it's pretty convenient, since that's exactly what he does. He throws coconuts at you, or at least downwards. So you might as well try to avoid those enemies at all costs, since hitting them is a bit tricky, and you don't want to risk losing all your ranks in the process. Trust me. Don't ask how I know. You won't regret it. Hopefully. What have I done? Nice. Here we go again. Thank you. 110. Beautiful. Approximately 31. Beautiful. Nice. And also, as always, jumping's a thing. It's a thing in this puzzle stage. Since, again, what would a platformer be without jumping? Not a true one for that, definitely. Nice. They even upgraded the puzzle stages. Previously, they all used to be pixelated with Sonic and Tails just really running on top of them to make it seem, and while the puzzle stage was pretty much rotating or looping with animations, or with different frames, I should say. Just to give it the illusion that you were actually running on an actual pipe. But in this game, they changed that, since, I'm gonna be honest, in the Genesis version it was somewhat difficult to see what was ahead of you, so I'm glad they changed that. It makes a lot of these stages a lot easier, in my opinion. Since this time they're actually 3D, kind of. But anyways, the Red Emerald has been acquired this early on, which is something you almost never see in Sonic, since it's usually one of the last emeralds you acquire. Anyways, with the Sonic lore messed up, and with the timeline nearly destroyed, and with 3 emeralds in hand, Act 2, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're barraged with enough information by now. Please forgive me. Nice. All part of my move. And just like that, that is Zone 1. Nice. Would you look at that? They even upgraded the pose to make Sonic. They even upgraded Sonic's sprite too, which I love. could say the entire game was pretty much redrawn completely, I could say. Makes it all look all the more realistic, which I also love too. One of the many aspects about this game that is truly loved, that is still loved to this day. Like, I could say this is pretty much every true Sonic fan's favorite Sonic game, and I don't blame it. It's truly a classic one, and I do enjoy it. Will say, not the most beginner-friendly. I did have some early experiences while making practice runs in the process, but when you get used to this game, boy, is it a blast. I highly recommend you play this game whenever you get a chance. Anyways, with conveniency out of the way, we have to get on top of that. Tails, please do me a favor, or just stay there. Oh, there you are. And also, another new feature they had in Origins was the fact that Tails can literally fly now. Believe me or not, he's broken now. Beautiful. Thank you. Since he can pretty much fly. Originally, in Sonic 2, that was a move exclusive to the AI for whatever reason, but to be fair, Tails was designed with the main purpose of just adding a second player, so I guess they did want to balance him, and that makes sense, I suppose. You could never control Tails' flying ability until Sonic 3, and only the second player could do that, if you plugged in a second controller. But that'll change in this port, to put it that way. And Don can obviously control Tails' flight, and boy, is it broken. But anyways, that is more than appreciated. We might as well break a few rules while we're at it. Since, boy, is Tails the most broken character in history. Since not only can he cheese levels, but also alongside the robotic fights. Or every boss fight for that matter, since again, his propeller is just a death wish to run into. Or to try to counter, I meant to say. Please forgive me. I'll never get tired of saying that. Goody. Nice. And I will say, I do enjoy these battle stages. Pretty dang fun. Nice. Here we go again. Might as well make this somewhat entertaining after all. This is a playthrough, so you gotta stand out. The additional features, if you know what I mean. Nice. Just follow the rings. They're pretty dang easy to spot out. Especially since again, this is supposedly a remaster, quote unquote, or a port. To put it like that. And to be fair, they did change a few things, alongside the inclusion of a hidden zone, which we'll get into right later. I'm just not going to mention it for the sake of saving commentary for later, and just so half of this playthrough isn't just pure silence. That would have been awkward, now wouldn't it? That wouldn't have been. Anyhow, that's Worm Worlds in hand, and 3 more remain. Well, is this about to get fun? Nice. Here we go, I want to go down, and hope I don't run into a spike. Oh, would you look at that, how convenient. Close one. Oh, would you look at that, beautiful, inconveniency. Anyways, I'll take the monitor, thank you. You normally would want to go that way if you have enough rings, but we're going up for the sake of collecting rings. Here we go. Beautiful, I don't even have enough rings. Nice. There it is, conveniency, back at it again. Oh boy, please don't run into a spike. Close call. And yep, Tails is completely left. Beautiful. Isn't that just great? Oh, never mind, he's right there. Just gonna try to despawn him for a while. Don't worry, we're gonna have to wait 20 years for him to spawn back, because I don't want to risk taking damage. Please forgive me. Any day now. Looks like we're gonna have to keep playing normally. Beautiful. Thanks, Tails. I'm gonna take damage and he's immediately gonna spawn back. What did I tell you? Inconveniency. Well, at least he killed the Batnik, or the coconuts, in other words. And for the sake of safety, and for safety reasons, I'm taking invincibility. Thank you. Conveniency strikes back once more. Alright, next final stage. Here we go. Could you even say the final stages are a lot easier to access in Sonic 2, since, well, yes, you do have to collect 50 rings, and and not get hit, you do have a lot more opportunities to actually access one because of the amount of checkpoints implemented. So you don't have to just wait once every stage to get a special stage. It's even easier in the Origins port, since in the Genesis version, every time you enter the special stage, all your drinks, you are drained completely out from all your rings, and you have to collect 50 more of those to access another one. Which is another thing I'm glad they changed. It speeds up the pacing of the game a lot more. Since after you complete a spell stage, you conserve your rings. So that's nice. And after that, all you have to do is just constantly keep running into checkpoints, placed in the most inconvenient spots that could possibly be thought of. Nice. Double nice. 112, not bad. Could have done better though. Here we go. Time to focus. I'm not AFK, don't worry. Nice. Got 2 more than we needed. Beautiful. 10 out of 10. Thanks, Tails. Tails is one of the more underrated characters in the original trilogy, since a lot of people constantly say he sabotages you for the most part, but that's personally not true. In my experience, at least, I'd say he really only becomes an obstacle when it comes to combo bouncing, since sometimes, yeah, it could sneak a hit you definitely don't want, and you can sometimes get you killed. But at the same time, he also helps you grab rings. Alright, hello to Monster Fight. Glad to see you here. Thank you. Thanks for joining. We're playing Sonic 2. And I was just talking about how useful Tails actually is in the game and how no one really appreciates that. Since in the spell stages, everyone constantly says that Tails pretty much every time he gets hit, he drops all your rings, but that's not true, since Tails also collects rings in the spell stage for himself, and he really only drops the rings he was collecting, so he's not really an obstacle. Assuming you collected more rings than he did. Yeah, I guess you pretty much just describe him in one sentence. Oh boy, get me out of here, thank you. Next special stage, here we go again. Oh goody. Nice. Well, back to the half pipe we go. 80 rings, alright. Here we go. Back to focusing. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, I suppose. Just like you said before, sometimes it can be helpful, sometimes it can be an obstacle. Whether depends on the situation. Boy, was that barely enough. 140. Nice. Gets me every time. Nice. Beautiful, first try. Who needs coins, am I right? I mean, I do have 999, so I do suppose that is more than enough. Anyhow, with that out of the way, one more emerald remains. In other words, the control emerald, which is in other words the white emerald, which controls them all, supposedly. Fantastic. all under the span of one zone. And 2 acts. Oh, how convenient. Another star post. Here we go. Final special stage. Nice. I mean, we might as well unlock Super Sonic early on. I mean, let's break the game, shall we? Why, yes indeed. Oh, Viper15, thanks for joining, man. Nice to see you here once more. Welcome to the stream. We're playing Sonic 2, don't mind me. This is just a special stage. Nice. Good, definitely 100% good to know your location. Did this get interesting really quick? I do suppose that is pretty convenient. Or inconvenient, I should say. Nice. Alright, 10 more rings. Here we go. I'm used to this by now. Honestly, I could say pretty much just about every spiral stage in the history of the classic Sonic is pretty fun. You know what you're doing, at least. No one saw that. Say what I tell you, all part of my plan. I definitely didn't lose any more rings, don't worry. It's all perfectly fine. And just like that, Super Sonic has been unlocked. First try and no coins needed. It's almost like we were playing the original version. Nice. And with that, all the 7 emeralds have been acquired, and you know what that means? Why, yes indeed, and this is actually canonical. That means it's time for Super Sonic. Here we go. Nice. All under the span of one zone. Well, let's see to the good old Dr. a lesson, shall we? And we might as well pay him a visit. I mean, we do have 126 rings, so just in time. It's also time for the first boss. How to defeat Robotnik in a nutshell. Here we go. Who says damage is a thing? Anyways, with out of the way, here we go. That's Emerald Hill Zone, ladies and gentlemen, and we have all the emeralds. Thank you. You can even play around during the ending cutscene, which is pretty good too. Especially because if you can control Tails' flying ability. Pretty cool. Anyways, time for everyone's actual favorite zone, and don't worry, I'm not being sarcastic this time, since it's time for Chemical Band. Whoopie-doo, I guess. Nice. This is just as memorable. One of the many zones that came back in Mania, and I'm glad they brought it back. One of my favorites. I love it. It's pretty obvious to see why, since again, Sonic 2 was pretty much the first game that actually began putting in the emphasis on speed rather than actual platforming, which is something the original Sonic didn't do as often. It was just a thing for marketing. But in this game, it's a natural thing when it comes to level design, and it is more than appreciated. It's pretty obvious to tell. Anyway, Super Sonic, here we go. I mean, you might as well show him off. I mean, it's only gonna take half the video, but oh well, you might as well abuse them. Here we go. Beautiful. I definitely did not miss that. Spin Dash, which is another feature they added in this game, which is pretty cool. It makes navigation all the easier, especially if you lose your speed. Which is not a thing in the original Sonic, because you have to build it back all the way back up again, especially when it came to loops. And just like that, 3 more coins. We could definitely use more. I mean, we do have 999 after all. That's why there's always something called grinding. Here we go. And before I begin asking, no, I did not get all those coins from playing levels and instantly running to monitors and getting bonuses. It was actually from the boss rushes, which I even might make a separate video on those. Stay tuned. And as a cool bonus, I'll even make another video explaining how to grind coins quickly. since I do have a lot of experience with that. It just requires abusing the boss rushes a lot more than you usually do. Especially the Sonic CD one, since that's in my opinion the easiest one. Here we go, hitting the booster. Don't need any more rings. Since it's the one boss fight where Super Sonic isn't really necessary, since it's a lot easier to die as Super Sonic in this fight than usual. Especially if you have Tails. It's tempting to thank him for giving you the combo, but trust me, you'll regret it soon enough. Anyways, the long climb, which is also suffocation. There you have it. Don't worry, that was one time though. We're back to square one. Fantastic. We didn't even bother hitting a checkpoint, so here we go again. It wouldn't have been a video without suffocation and inconveniency, so there you have it. Well, here we go again. For the 1 millionth time. Thanks, Tails. Don't even need rings. Nice. Anyway, patience. Everyone's favorite game in Sonic. Here we go. I'd say the long climb is also one of the more memorable parts of the game. It was so memorable, in fact, they even brought it back in Mania. How convenient. And conveniently, I even missed a checkpoint down there, but oh well. It's fine. It's not like we just died earlier and we have to start over from square one. I mean, that never, no one saw that. Anyways, I'm actually gonna bother being patient this time. I don't care if I drown. I hope I didn't just jinx that. Anyways, here we go. I personally don't recommend jumping between two blocks moving towards each other, or you will suffocate. It's happened to me more than 1 million times, and you definitely don't want to know the experience. Deal with all that experience. Trust me. Don't ask how I know. Anyways, nothing happened. See what did I tell you? It was all part of my master plan. Don't worry. Nice. And hey, how convenient. We were just right next to a checkpoint. Beautiful. Anyways, on to the boss. Yet again, another one of Robotic's contraptions. Thank you. All intentional, don't worry. And for that matter, Tails didn't even get me killed. I got myself killed. Beautiful. I'm pretty sure I was only one hit away from killing him, too. Well, conveniency makes this all the more enjoyable. I mean, laughter gives you life after all, so there's that going for it. I'm gonna play the patient game, as tempting as it is to speedrun this fight. No, don't worry, you'll drop it eventually, just like that. And speaking of which, there he is. Within 10 seconds he's dead, and we didn't even combo him. For obvious reasons. But anyways, I always like having Tails. It just doesn't feel canonically right, both canonical and personally right just to go alone. I mean, to be fair, they do make a pretty nice duo, and they are, in my opinion, my favorite. Here we go, Aquatic Ruin. A water level. I mean, what would a platformer be without water, now would it? Here we go. But don't worry, the water in this level is completely avoidable, so you don't have to worry about navigation or swimming or even drowning, for that matter. So feel free to take the top portion of the level. As I mentioned before, when you play Sonic, I always recommend you go up, not down. Because when you go up, there aren't as many enemies as you would normally encounter when you go downwards. Don't ask how I know. I've had many experiences in my past live streams, and boy, have those been infamous. But just like that, that is Act 1. Under 37 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, a record. We might as well speedrun. Glitches, here we go. 100%, no deaths, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Nice. Zone 2, oh boy, what abomination awaits. More arrows. No one saw that. I don't feel like dealing with water physics, so we're going up again. As I said before. And we're also going to avoid the grounders. Again, I'm not sure if that's the real name, but that's just what he's called in the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. His name's Grounder. music's the music, however, is pretty memorable. I love it. It's nearly unforgettable, like just like any other Sonic track. And can we even encounter some more monitors? But anyways, that idea totally backfired. And we have to deal with physics again and drowning. My favorite, clearly. Anyways, here we go. Let's go swimming. Again, just so unforgettable. The unforgettable experience that is, and I guess you could pretty much say it's the Tuesday now. Beautiful. Any minute now. Get me out of here. 2 inches, beautiful. Right when I'm about to hit the surface, I drowned. Fantastic. Don't worry. It was all intentional. Well, here we go again. We're going down this time, because clearly last time definitely helped us out by a long shot, so we're doing this again. Water levels, am I right? Well, here we go. Definitely a lot faster than last time, too. Should have gone down. Nice. No, not today, thank you. We definitely just didn't drown 2 minutes earlier. Or dying inconveniently. Anyway, here we go. No thank you. I'm not dying to suffocation. But this time I'm actually gonna bother being patient. I'm not drowning. Rest in peace, Cells, you'll be missed. I feel bad now. And yes, don't worry, I'm intentionally saving my rings. And speaking of rings, forgot I could do this. Never mind. We're fine. Should have done that earlier. I don't even think I had enough rings, but oh well. No one saw that either way. Nothing happened and we're already at the boss. And which is just as easy to cheese as normal. Since again, who needs platforming when you have Supersonic? Goodbye. Beautiful. And just like that, that's the boss. Originally, this fight was a lot easier since you didn't even need to use arrows. Once you got up to a platform, he was basically done for. But since they upgraded this to widescreen, they obviously have to increase the distances. Since I mean, they wouldn't want you to cheese bosses, so you might as well do it the intended way. But who's doing that? Am I right? Casino Night Zone, my favorite. Thank you. One of my favorites, I should say. The spring yard of Sonic 2, in other words. Might as well keep on with tradition. I'm not gonna risk gambling, no thank you. Take that as a life lesson, don't do it, it is not recommended. Anyways, back to waiting. That nearly went off topic. Nice. Oh, would you look at that? That's a thing. Look, see, even Tails has had enough of suffocation already. What did I tell you? It's an experience no one wants to live. Tails, do me a favor here, thank you. But anyways, since he died, the platform despawned, so back to doing things the unintended way. It wouldn't have been a video without it, so we might as well. Here we go. Nice. Double nice. I also grabbed the speed juice for the sake of making this a lot quicker. We definitely didn't die twice earlier. In the most inconvenient ways. But hey, at least we got to hear the drowning music, which is pretty dang intense, and also pretty funny. Tails looks like he's having the time of his life right now. Rest in peace. Anyways, we'll see you later. Either way, he'll catch up in about 10 seconds or less, so it's fine. Even love the details, how it's displayed as Sonic and Miles. And yes, that's his real name, Miles per hour. Tails is just is only his nickname. It's at the time Miles was the name of a criminal, and we're not going to talk about that. This is gonna go south too quickly, and I don't want that. Definitely. Anyways, here we go again. 51 rings. I'm not going to use Super Sonic since I don't want to risk suffocation in the most inconvenient way. So here we go again. And while we're here, I might as well even go back to talking about Sonic, I might even start talking about some of the game's development history. Originally, this game was actually going to play a lot more like CD with the time travel mechanics, but unfortunately that never came to be because of time. Again, pretty much after I'm pretty sure development began 2 months after Sonic 1, and they had until 1992, so that's not a lot of time to implement a lot of ideas, so they were pretty bare bones, to say the least. But hey, for a game that was somewhat rushed in development, they did a pretty dang good job at it, and I love this game too. Especially the end result product with all the marketing and all that. Just a nostalgia, if you know what I mean. Especially for everyone living back in the 90s. I'll take the 3 lives, thank you. Speaking of the time for mechanic, zones like Casino Night, Hilltop, and what? No, actually that's a lie. Zones like Casino Night, Chemical Plant, and I'm pretty sure even Metropolis were supposed to take place in the future. Which is especially in with zones like Hilltop, which is basically just a different color variation of Emeraldville. So pretty interesting facts. Would have loved to see how that would have played out. It's not even going back to the medieval ages and all that. It's also pretty evident given the game's early sketches and art. It is pretty curious, and there are a lot of unused zones, which include the Hidden Palace Zone and the Wood Zone too. A lot of zones unfortunately never came to be. Though it is interesting to see how they would have played out. Seeing all the alternative timelines and stuff like that. Similar to the likes of CD, which we conveniently played yesterday. Might as well add some additional facts. I mean, we didn't go off topic, so we're fine. For now, at least. I'm living in 7 seconds, we're fine. We have 83 rings. And as you probably might have guessed, we're saving this for the boss. Since this boss takes a lot longer to kill in Origin, since you can't combo him as you normally would. Yeah, it's just a shame they didn't have a lot of time to develop the game. Would have loved to see how zones like how Neon Green Hill or even Wood Zone would have played out. And it's pretty curious. Even the infamous Genocide City Zone. Boy, we have already gone to Undertale logic. Fantastic. And this is a Sonic game. For crying out loud. Anyways, that is Act 2. Nice. Take the 3 lives. Beautiful. Pretty sure that's 3 times in a row. We've gotten additional coins. Thank you. Anyways, Hilltop. In other words, Green Hill 2.0. All part of the plan. Yeah, it is pretty depressing. It's pretty curious to see how those songs would have played out. Rest in peace. Though to be fair, one of the scrap zones did come back, and we'll get into that later. Don't worry. I hope you haven't gotten impatient by now. Which will come into play right after in the next zone, Mystic Cave Zone. Do stay tuned for that, since I will be showing off one of the scrap zones they actually brought back in Origins. In fact, it was so infamous it was even mentioned in one of the magazines, or teased, I should say. Well, again, due to time, this zone never came to be until now. Rest in peace, Sales. You will be missed. Nice. Yeah, there it is. We pretty much just spoiled. There's a spoiler. Don't worry, we'll get into that just later. But I will give you a hint. I will give you a hint on how to access it. It involves using the Death Pit in Mystic Cave Zone, which you could most commonly fall into as Supersonic. So there's a hint for you on how to find it. Anyways, you want to go up. For those who constantly think that this zone is almost impossible to beat without taking damage, that's a lie. Just grab invincibility and you're fine. Don't believe me? Well, watch this. Who says taking damage is a thing? I don't recall that. Anyways, here we go. That is Act 1, ladies and gentlemen. On to Act 2. And as you will also notice, they actually decreased the amount of acts from 3 to 2. Originally, there were 3 acts per zone, but they decreased it to 2. And if I'm honest with you, I actually like that new feature. The 3rd act was pretty unnecessary in most cases, especially since it really just acted as a boss act and nothing more than that. To be fair, you could argue that CD was pretty much just Act 2.5 since it wasn't a true quote-unquote zone or act or level to say the least, but anyways, there's a move to Act 2, and since again the zones have an increased length now, so it would have been pretty unnecessary to have a third act. The only zone that they ever bothered implementing this feature was with Metropolis, and boy will we get into that later. In other words, the scrap rating of Sonic 2. Just you wait. Oh, that's interesting. I actually never played Sonic 4 before. I've only played the original games. Not the modern ones. I've never touched those. Or the 3D games, in other words. Nice. Anyway, Super Sonic, let's break the game. Here we go. Hardly using this guy, so we might as well give him some more attention. I mean, we've already destroyed the timeline at Super Ammies for crying out loud, so here we go again. Rest in peace. That didn't take long. But with that out of the way, we glitched right through the capsule with supersonic speed, and just like that, an army of Flickius have been freed. We're restoring the population, thankfully. Nice. Anyways, missed the cave zone. Here we go. Oh goody. See ya. Good riddance. Act 1. Oh boy, what abomination awaits ahead. Well, let's find out. Even these things that crush you. Pretty dang questionable. Always wonder what those things were. Anyways. Back to speedrunning. Here we go. I don't know, alongside playing the patient game. Beautiful. Inconvenience strikes back once more. Twice for that matter. Nice. Grabbing another ring for precaution. Please trust me. I mean, we've only died about twice in a row now, so we're fine. Okay, so here we go again. Nice. Oh boy. And also, coming back to most of the development history, I would say that Sonic does have a history with scrap ideas. Since, I will say, these games had a lot of creativity implemented, but there could have been a lot more if they were given a lot more time put into it. Just goes to show how far the developers how much work the developers put into these games. And boy, was the end result more than satisfying. I love it. Going down intentionally for the sake of showing off that one zone I mentioned earlier. Or that no one obviously mentioned earlier, obviously. Here we go. We're not that far either. Just a matter of patience and yet again platforming. I might as well skip that. Suffocating. Since I don't want to deal with waiting for about 20 hours. This video is long enough. Here we go. Rest in peace. That was 100% intentional. But anyways, Hidden Palace. Here we go. Which is, in other words, one of the many scrap zones that was supposed to be meant to take place in the past. But hey, I'm glad they brought this zone back in Origin specifically, since back then this zone was really only referenced, and the only way you could really access this zone was in the cutting room floor, which is another page I recommend if you want to know more about scrap features. It is a pretty dang neat zone too. Pretty creative. I'd say its level design resembles a game like Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And speaking of level design, suffocation is indeed a thing in this game. It's indeed a thing in the zone too. So you gotta have everything implemented now, don't you? And the music's pretty sweet too. They even gave this one a new track. It's a pretty memorable one too, alongside a new boss fight. Nice. Well, here we go. What abomination awaits ahead. This time I'm actually gonna bother not dying to suffocation, or inconvenience in other words. We definitely didn't die there earlier. Trust me. Anyways, back to platforming. Nice. Look, here we go. Going up. Even new Badniks too. Their designs resemble prehistoric creatures too. It's pretty dang cool. Gotta love the additional details. And to be fair, the designs for each Badnik resemble a specific type of animal associated with the level design, or with the setting of the zone at least. Though I do feel like the designs were pretty dang fitting for a zone like this. Because you have Badnik like those ones, which somewhat resemble most of the ones expressed in Sonic 3. But anyways, do appreciate the additional designs. They are pretty fun to see. Even the additional effects. Gotta love everything. Every little aspect. And speaking of aspect, time for boss. And just in time, Supersonic. What a convenience. Originally, this boss takes a decent amount of time to kill, since you have to wait for him to drop a specific bomb, and then wait for him to run to blow up on him, and then hit him about 4 times until you have to repeat the cycle all over again. I hope you're not barraged with information by now, but anyways, that is the zone, and it doesn't even say zone since this is a hidden zone. We're not in Mystic Cave anymore. But hey, we freed the hidden Flicky, so we saved the world, or the world has been saved, I should say. Though you don't have to worry about dealing with all that with all that nonsense if you have Supersonic, since obviously he breaks the game. Or if you have Tails, the most broken characters in history. At least when it comes to the classic Sonic games on the Genesis. Anyways, Oil Ocean, another zone that actually came back in Mania. A pretty dang neat one too. Today's zone resembles Marble Zone in a way, but to be fair, it is a lot faster paced, so there's that going for it. Even love how the zones in this game are all connected to each other, how it pretty much tells the progression Robotic made in establishing a base in West Island before you went to the Death Egg. It's pretty cool to see how you pretty much just went from looking to the emeralds to pretty much getting to Hilltop to then establishing a mine in Mystic Cave Zone to find oil, or even Hidden Palace for that matter, and search for both the emeralds and for obviously and for fuel obviously, and then you went to pretty much just establishing an entire industry of an oil ocean, hence the name, and even an entirely new launch zone with Metropolis, and eventually leading you to Wing Fortress, which pretty much you use all that fuel to then fuel up the launch of the Death Egg. It goes pretty deep, I know. And boy, do I love it. It also shows how elaborate the stories are in these games. Pretty dang creative, and I love them, and I do love these some good story when it comes to games made in the 90s. Anyways, here we go. Nice. Anyways, back to Donkey Kong Country, shall we? They did bother putting in the barrel, so the can like kind of style. So, but to be fair, this game did come out before that game, so it's not much of a reference now, is it? Since you can't even control the direction in which they blast you off to. Anyways, that is Act 1 in 2 minutes and 13 seconds. With a barrage of information. How lovely. That is more than appreciated. Thank you. For those obviously looking for more lore, that is. Anyways, Oil Ocean Act 2. Here we go again. Oh, thank you. Inconveniency strikes back. As always. Thank you. Anyway, what you want to do here is, if you don't feel like going right as usual, then just launch yourself up to the cannons and then just wait for a few seconds, and you'll eventually get back to controlling Sonic. A lot of these features even came back, especially the barrels in Mania. Since in that game, the level designs were pretty much I'd say about twice or 3 times as much as the ones in Sonic 3. And to be fair, by Sonic 3, they pretty much mastered the level design. They found the perfect balance between a good length and speed, I would say. Say the two games that in my opinion have the best level design are probably Sonic 2 and Sonic 3. And CD, I would say. Really, I'd say every zone but Sonic 1. Don't get me wrong, I love that game just as much as all the other ones, though the level design could have been better. Since half the time you're pretty much just guaranteed to wait for platforms to come pick you up, or rushing through, or straight up glitching through levels, since the levels in that game are pretty short too. But I'd say Sonic 2 also does a pretty good job at balancing the level length and the speed put into it. It does make for pretty great replayability, if I do say so myself. It is pretty cool seeing it all interconnected. Anyways, we're at the boss, and unfortunately we can't cheese this one since we don't have Super Sonic, since we got hit earlier, conveniently. Anyways, we might as well do this the Nintendo way. The submarine. Rest in peace, Tails. You'll be missed. You both got hit. This is one of the more bosses that require a bit more patience. You have to wait for him to throw that and then to shoot you 3 times. You might as well not hesitate. Since the lasers won't shoot you more than 3 times. Intense, am I right? But anyways, once that cycle's over with, just wait for your body to come back to service back up and then hit him again. And you'll kill him. If you don't take damage, at least. And then just rinse and repeat until you get a good cycle. Or until the cycle ends, at least. Nice. It was all part of my plan, don't worry. Everything's coming accordingly. What did I tell you? 1 hit away. Rest in peace, else you'll be missed. Oh, well, he's gonna come up in about 10 seconds, so he'll be fine. See what I say. Convenience strikes back once more. Nice. Love the additional animations. Pretty adorable. Anyways, now onto the most infamous zone in the entire game, Metropolis. Or aka the scrap brain of Sonic 2, and also I guess the launch zone, in other words, to put it that way. Since this is the zone right before Sky Chase, though. Anyway, a lot of people don't like this zone, and to be fair, this zone does resemble Sonic 1's level design, but personally I don't mind it all that much. It does require a bit of patience, but I actually tend to like this. I really don't tend to mind the level design in the Sonic games. It is pretty creative, and for that I respect it. It is pretty neat. And you can really even made it with 50 rings to a checkpoint. You don't see that often in Metropolis playthroughs, now do you? But, oh well, first time for everything. You might as well, and just like that, inconveniency strikes back. Thank you. Going down. Nice. We're almost there. Don't worry. Nice. All part of the move, don't worry. This is all coming accordingly. And don't worry about the enemies, just keep running and you'll be fine. Assuming your position's on point. Though do be careful, since if Tails runs alongside you on the platform, it'll double the speed. And while yes, you might think that's a good thing, that gives enemies a much larger opportunity to hit you. So you definitely don't want to fall down, since you'll have to do this all over again. And you definitely don't want to be dealing with that again. With that now, do you? I have to say. Please forgive me. We're almost there though, so that's the best part. Nice. Thanks, Tails. Anyways, here we go again. Just in case you didn't believe that this one somewhat resembled the Scrap Brain Zone. Given by the teleports and all that stuff. Anyways, here we go again. Now the zone's gonna loop. Fantastic. This place looks a bit, I'd say, somewhat identical to Labyrinth Zone's design in a way. But without water, obviously. Don't believe me? Well, that proves my point. Any day now. Good gosh. We're stuck here now. Fantastic. Oh, never mind. We're fine. We're fine. What did I tell you? That's Act 1. Oh, and don't worry. This one doesn't have 2 acts, but it actually has 3 acts, which is pretty weird, since this is the only zone in the entire game that actually has a 3rd act, but oh well. This is supposed to be the pre-climax part of the game, so there's that. Well, here we go again. Inconveniency strikes back. Thank you. Well, here we go again. He's gotta kill everyone's favorite enemy in history. Thank you. The boomerang like praying mantis, in other words. I'm pretty sure that's the animal that Bannock's supposed to be represents. Rest in peace, Tails. You'll be missed. We'll see you in about 2 seconds when you fly back here. Waiting, my favorite. What did I tell you? There he is. Just in time. All part of the move, don't worry. Even that intentional hit, don't worry. We're fine. I'm not gonna spin this next. I'm not actually gonna bother spraying that one Bannock since we're going pacifist. That hardly even made any sense. This isn't even Undertale. Fantastic. Anyways, here we go. Nice. Rest in peace. Though to be fair, he really doesn't have to worry about dying since, again, Tails is invincible and he's a killing machine in this game, so both beneficial and for sabotage and to potentially sabotage you. Nice. And speaking of which, don't worry, since we're gonna actually don't worry, we'll be playing Sonic 2 again as both Tails and Knuckles later down the line, since I actually have to replay this game as Sonic since we didn't 100% the game previously. Which is exactly the point of this playthrough. Here we go. Nice. Barely avoided inconveniency right there. Well, just like that, upwards we go. Nice. Alright, you take care, God. Next. Good luck. Have fun. See you in a minute or two. Nice. You're gonna dodge obstacles, then why not do it in style? Just like that. Thank you. Here we go. We're almost there. Hopefully. Oh, goody. Any day now. Nice. Just like that, that is Act 2, ladies and gentlemen. 2 acts out of the 3 left to complete in Metropolis, and only 1 more remains, which is the boss act. Fantastic. Well, here we go again. Hope you're ready. Metropolis Act 3. Anyways, here we go again. Nice. Double nice. Yeah, just like I said before, be careful if Tails actually manages to run alongside you with the platforms, and you don't want to get hit. Just like that. Yes, we're almost there. Just a lie, we're not even halfway through the level yet. But it's this early on. What am I saying? I could go both ways. I mean, if you play this one a lot, if you have a lot of experience like me, it's not much of a big deal. But to be fair, again, the level design as a whole is not the most beginner friendly. I would say. Not even afraid to mention that was especially apparent within my first playthroughs of Sonic of the Sonic the Hedgehog games. Anyways, up we go. But to be fair, it is pretty understandable, so again, the reason as to why most people don't enjoy the zone. It is pretty much just a slower scrap rain. And a longer one too, for that matter. Here we go. Back to platforming. Nice. And just like that, up you go. Nice. Here we go. Oh boy. All part of my plan, don't worry. Just like that. We'll see you later, Tails. In about 10 seconds to be precise. Any minute now. And there he is. What did I tell you? And he's completely broken physics right about now. Thank you. How'd you look at it? He even did me a favor and grabbed me that one ring that went off screen. Why, thank you. Convenience is more than acceptable. For killing this badnik that always kills everyone in the most inconvenient spot in history. Anyways, here we go again. Sitting in the final part of the level. Oh, never mind. That's a lie. It is. The final platform, and just like that, we're at the boss. And sadly, we can't cheat at the boot off Supersonic. Not enough rings, sadly. Nice. Anyways, normally what you want to do here is you pretty much want to hit him and you want to break each one of every one of his balloons, or in your tails, you can pretty much just do the complete opposite and completely destroy this guy with your propeller. Again, Tails is a killing machine. Just like that. He's almost dead. We're sparing the badnik for a reason, okay? Don't mind me. It is also pretty interesting to see him mess around. Because even when you kill the boss, if you don't kill him, if you leave him alive, he still tries to kill you. What did I tell you? Just like that. But he's dead now. Rest in peace. Nice. Anyways, on the sky chase. The climatic part of the game. And a memorable one too. Yes, rest in peace, balloon. You will be missed. We'll see you next playthrough when we come back as Tails. Anyway, as you've noticed, Sky Chase is nothing more than an auto-scroller, so you might as well just take your time. Although it is a pretty satisfying opportunity to ramp up extra lives and kill badniks. It's pretty cool. It's even the first time you actually get to control the tornado. Sonic explained. In other words, that one contraption we saw in the opening cutscene. It's pretty neat. There we go. Nice. Please don't kill me. Thank you. And don't worry, the turquoises, to put it that way. I'm not sure if that's what they're actually are. They might be turtle badniks, but the platform you can actually spawn on, you can actually stand on, doesn't actually hurt you. The only part that actually hurts you of that one badnik is the smaller one actually controlling it. It's pretty weird, but anyways. More depth, and we might even get to see the Sonic's idle animation as Wing Fortress completely take off and we chase after it. It is called Sky Chase for a reason, so not even close. Anyways, here we go again. Satisfaction. We didn't even combo all that together, but oh well. It's fine. Nice. Don't believe me? There, see what did I tell you earlier? They don't hurt you. Only the smaller ones. Well, but that's Sky Chase, we're right there. Any minute now. And there it is, that's the transition I was waiting for. Wing Fortress, here we go, which in other words, Tails successfully manages to get on the board Wing Fortress, all part in the process, unfortunately gets shot by Robotnik, conveniently. By the defense system, and we'll see him later, don't worry, he's not dead, thankfully. Killing the one badnik, or that one character from the Adventure of Sonic the Hedgehog, whose name is Scratch. Pretty funny. Say that cartoon is pretty much based on Sonic Spinball and Sonic 2. It's pretty weird. I don't remember exactly when that cartoon even came out. I'm pretty sure it was like 1993, if I remember correctly. It's definitely around the time when Sonic Spinball came out, at least. Anyways, as you notice, you could pretty much play the entire level normally as intended, or if you don't feel like doing any of that, you could always skip it by grabbing one of the shields earlier, and then pretty much using that to damage boost through the propeller, and which will eventually pretty much skip half the stage. You're welcome. And that's another trick for speedrunning if you ever feel like it. there you have it. It's pretty neat too. Anyways, up we go. A lot of these platforms resemble the ones on Mystic Cave, which we covered earlier. What a coincidence! And just like that, that is 100 rings, ladies and gentlemen. Which you know what that means? Not only extra life, but we get to chase the boss. Whoopie-doo! And there it is. Robotnik yet again giving us the death stare. Thank you. You could normally be patient and wait for this thing to constantly attack and then hit it around 1 or 2 times, or you could just do that. If you have Supersonic, that is. Well, yes, indeed, Monsters Ride Epic. I don't blame you. It's pretty satisfying to pull off, as you can pretty much just end bosses within seconds if you're Supersonic. But anyways, to give you more story, Tails completely ends up not only repairing the tornado, but hijacking it too, giving him a little boost kind of thing, which is pretty much a rocket or so, to pretty much catch up to Robotnik's unique contraption, which eventually leads to Sonic Borden rocket, which takes him to the Death Egg. Elaborate, I know. It even goes to show how Tails' invention could even rival those of Robotnik, which is pretty cool. He even got his own game for that, Tails Adventure, which conveniently even got added into Sonic Origins. Pretty cool. Anyways, Death Egg Zone. Here we go. That one zone that's pretty much for the purpose of the final boss. And the Silver Sonic fight. No, this is not Metal Sonic. At the time, he was pretty much just called Silver Sonic. I made that mistake once, and I'm not making it again. Forgive me. Well, just like Eddie said, as long as you know how to combo him correctly, and he should die in mere seconds. And just like that, we proved the Sonic timeline once more, as Robotnik can obviously literally just outrun Sonic completely. Would you look at that? Not even he can catch up to him. Who would have known? But anyways, just like that, done and done. We beat the game. Fantastic. That's a good ending. But anyways, if you have to fight Silver Sonic again. My favorite. Always recommend when you're gonna spin dash and hit him 4 times, or else you will die. You definitely don't want that to happen. And I just messed up my combo. Fantastic. Nice. And just like that, he's dead. Beautiful. As long as you know his pattern, you're fine. And just like that, Robotnik yet again outruns for the 1 millionth time, and or for the second time in the series, I should say. And just like that, back to the final boss. We never died. Don't worry. None of this ever happened. One of the more memorable moments in Sonic 2. And boy, is this boss infamous for having a weird hitbox. It will feel a bit weird if you're playing this game for the first time, but boy, is this, in my opinion, the most memorable moment in the entire game. Even the music's just unforgettable. It's just perfect. It's just so climatic and tense. As we fight him within the chambers of the Death Egg. Oh, beautiful. We ended up in the back, and I conveniently killed myself again with a bad egg that was off screen. Beautiful. Don't hit the rocket, you'll regret it. But anyways, I've never struggled this much with the boss since my last playthrough, but good gosh. Anyways, here we go again. You have to fight Silver Sonic again. But I will say, he does put up a good fight. Certainly a much better one than the one in Sonic 2. And Sonic 2 for the Game Gear at least, and that boss is pretty much just a joke. In fact, it was such a joke that they even made him an enemy in Mania during the Metal Sonic fight. But with that curious fact out of the way, back to the final boss. And I'm gonna try not to mess this up this time, because I'm actually gonna focus. Just like that, beautiful. My commentary has got me killed for the 1 millionth time. And I'm gonna have to cut all this out in the final product. Beautiful. Here we go again. I only hit him 3 times. Beautiful. Surprisingly died that time. Huh. That's not what I meant to do. Good gosh. Anyways, just about dead, and just like that, back to chasing Robotnik for the 1 millionth time. Here we go. Fantastic. And don't worry, I haven't forgotten about the commentary. I'm not just gonna commentate as much just for the sake of focusing. It's for the better of everyone else. And yeah, and still this day I still haven't learned my lesson about commentating. Beautiful. All part of the plan. Don't worry. You'll learn why later. It was all intentional. Nothing can be in there. When will I learn my lesson? Good gosh, why? I know. I'm sorry. This is. I think the joke. I think the joke part of the stream actually pretty much died down a bit now. RIP. Rest in peace. First try, what did I tell you? All part of my plan. No one saw it, and we're definitely cutting all the failed attempts out in the final product. Don't worry. Maybe. I might potentially cut them out just for the sake of not making this video too boring. But anyways, just like that, that is Sonic 2, ladies and gentlemen. A pretty memorable game, if I do say so myself. Fantastic. We're on the second, but I actually might even leave those failed attempts in the final part for the sake of comedy. I mean, you do know the saying, laughter does give life. So, if you really want to see me suffer all the more, feel free to do yourself and everyone else a favor. And just like that, one more cutscene where pretty much, in other words, Tails witnesses the explosion and pretty much tries to go save Sonic, but unfortunately, Unfortunately for him, he never got to do so. In the true ending, and both canonically, since we got all the emeralds, and Sonic can apparently fly since he has the strength to do so, despite never being able to actually control a slide. That was never a thing until Doomsday, which didn't come until Sonic and Knuckles. I could even say the bad endings usually can be considered better than the good ending, just because it shows the connection between Tails or Miles and Sonic, in other words. But anyways, credits. It took us this long to beat a game. Why? But I'm gonna give you all then to pretty much absolutely just enjoy the music, since it is some pretty nice remix. Again, it constantly really carried on this tradition of combining all the songs together into one for the credits. A classic one, if I do say so myself. And we're even gonna get a cute cutscene, since we even 100% the game. And we discovered Hidden Palace. And there it is. And as you've also noticed, I might as well even point out these are also their real names. If you don't believe me, then it's pretty noticeable, since even the fake names they use for Sonic 1 are still there. They're just in brackets, that's all. Just like that, fantastic. Nice. But yeah, pretty cool and all. And there it is. Masato Nakamura, Dreams Come True. Beautiful. Did a pretty bang up job with the soundtrack. Not only composing it for Sonic 1, but for Sonic 2 also. It's pretty nice. Even the additional light programmers that even help that even contributed to composing the music. Even the manual, beautiful. And there it is. And there it is, the classic jingle. You even got the good ending, and there it is. We're sent by Sega indeed, as a Death Egg completely crash lands in the Angel Island, not getting back into the sea, and pretty much having to relaunch the Death Egg back into orbit. And along the way, just like that, that's the beginning of Sonic 3, where Knuckles meets Robotnik for the first time. Which will come into play later. Don't worry, we will be launching this game too, since we have to play it as both Sonic and Knuckles again, and we didn't 100% these previously, so here we go. Even one final animated cutscene, and I love these. Makes it look all the more detailed. 10 out of 10. Get a glimpse of every other zone, which is pretty nice. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, that is Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I hope you enjoyed my playthrough, but don't worry, before you begin asking whether or not this is the end of the live stream, don't worry, since I've decided that we're also going to be playing this game as Tails, since I figured, to be fair, we might as well break the game twice already. I mean, Supercell's the thing now, so here we go again. The stream's not over yet. Fantastic. Boys, this is about to get torturous. There it is. Sonic and Miles Tails Prower in Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Oh goody, here we go again. Let's break the game, shall we? Don't mind me, I was in Death Egg last time I played as Tails. Good gosh. Anyways, I want to Act 1. You know the deal. Get 50 rings, access the spell station, and then unlock the super characters. All down to a science at this point. Beautiful. Even getting hit, don't worry. It was all part of the plan. Originally, as I mentioned before, Tails really wasn't much different than Sonic. Again, he was really only there for the sake of having a second person. At the time, that was pretty much the only advantage Mario had over Sonic, so that ultimately led to the creation of Tails, of Miles Prower, in other words, his real name. which is pretty clever. It's pretty as shown. It's pretty much just a pun on miles per hour. It's pretty cool. Wait, here we go again. Want to go up, just like last time. Nothing changes here. Back to the special stages. Go to unlock 7 more emeralds and break the timeline while we're at it. Here we go. Get 30 rings. Why, yes indeed. I mean, to be fair, just for the sake of making things a lot more interesting, since again, to be fair, I really don't think having 3 live streams, which are pretty much the same thing, but with different characters, would be logical. So, quality over quantity, you know the good old saying. And I'll never get tired of constantly repeating that over and over again. And before you begin asking if I'm going to be playing this as Knuckles in this stream too, that is my one exception. I'm playing as Knuckles tomorrow. In other words, the next day on July 4th. Just perfect timing. I know. Actually, I might not even know. I don't know whether or not I might live stream tomorrow. I might do it the 5th though. I'll definitely have to figure that out, but it's fine. I have about another hour or so to do so, since we have to get all the emeralds and complete all the zones again, and you know what that means, Death Egg. But we're fine. We're pretty much used to it by now, so this should be interesting. 169, not bad. Not to mention, I'm not even using the joystick. I'm using the D-pad. Actually, no, it's not a lie. I forgot that one feature on the PlayStation controller is called. That resembles a D-pad, kind of. But now that went off topic really quick. But just like that is another emerald. Beautiful, or the first emerald, I should say, which is conveniently the sign one, which was the 7th emerald, in other words. Anyways, here we go again. Back to running through corkscrews and loops. My favorite. Anyways, let's locate the next checkpoint, shall we? Just like that. What did I tell you? All part of my master plan. Don't worry. Here we go again. Back to the half pipe. Get 50 rings. Why, yes indeed. Isn't that just convenient? This is the half pipe in a nutshell. Stay in the middle for most of the time and jump. Beautiful. Just me describing things in 1 sentence or less. Nice. Well, do bear with me. Oh boy, here we go again. Nice. So to be fair, I guess you could argue that when you're playing as Tails alone, it's pretty much the same as picking Sonic alone if you were playing this on the Genesis version. And in a way, I guess it makes it both easier and somewhat a bit challenging, since if you miss rings, you won't be able to pick them up, as you normally would when you have Tails with you. Although to be fair, it is a lot easier to combo without a partner, so it goes both ways. There are pros and cons. Which means it's balanced, so therefore it's a good thing. Kind of. Anyways, just like that, we have uncanonically collected the purple Chaos Emerald. I feel so weird saying that, but anyways, that's 2 out of the 5 we have, 2 out of the 7 we have to collect, with 5 more remaining. Here we go, Emerald Hill Act 1, ladies and gentlemen. My favorite. Even got an extra life. And I forgot where the final checkpoint even was. Fantastic. Oh no, we're actually not that far. Thanks, platforms. That's a thing now. And here we go, you only have to collect 50 rings. You only have to do that in the Genesis version. Just for the better, since it makes 100% of the game all the quicker. Get 50 rings, will do. Pretty convenient, since you have to collect 50 rings before even entering a special stage. Anyways. These are pretty straightforward. why hello, Godnix. Let's see you here once more. We might as well change the topic just a bit. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? How's grocery shopping? Don't mind us. We just started a new file with Tails. Since, I mean, we might as well make this a lot longer. I mean, it will give a lot more people the opportunity to join just in case they missed it, so you gotta have that. Keep everything in mind. Keep everyone in mind, I should say. Nice. Anyways, we've got enough rings. How many do you want me to collect now? 160. Well, that's convenient. We need 29 more. Or 23 more now. Or 10 more. And just enough. How convenient. Convenience strikes back. Nice. I'll never get tired of saying that, since we might as well break the fourth wall. The fifth wall. Beautiful. And the fourth wall while we're at it. Beautiful. What a coincidence. But just like that is 3 emeralds, ladies and gentlemen. Only 4 more remain. And that is Act 1. Since in Act 1 there are only 3 checkpoints, and you can only enter a spiral stage whenever you encounter a star post. In other words, a checkpoint. Well, that is Emerald Hill 1. Nice. All part of the plan, don't worry. That's part of the move. And goodbye. Save that star for another day, Robotnik. You'll be missed. Rest in peace. And we'll take a time bonus. I'm in 36. Not bad. Act 2. Here we go. In other words, the act which abuses checkpoints. The last act there were 3, so in this act I'm pretty sure there are 4. Maximum. Assuming you get them all. Nice. Just like that. Done and done. Even love how the music speeds every time you get the speed shoes. Yeah, there's all the more convenience, since I do believe the shoes are what makes Sonic run fast, though I could be wrong if I recall. But that was just according to the cartoon, or to information from the 90s, at least. Instead of the movie, it's a completely different story. And boy, is it infamous. Oh, just like that, another checkpoint. Here we go. Back to the special stages. Let's grab ourselves another emerald, shall we? Here we go, 40 rings. Will do. You got it. Nice. Do believe this is for the yellow emerald, given the color palette used for the half-pipe. It does give it away at times, as to which emerald you're about to collect. Or you should collect, at least. So look at that, back and forth. That's the pattern. Well, it's not just convenience. Cool, thank you. 150, will do, we're only 8 away. Nice. Welcome to the half-pipe. Nice. And just like that, I believe that's another emerald. Thank you. How convenient. I was wrong. It was not the yellow emerald, it was a magenta one. Oh well, it's fine. And just like that, Tails got a Chaos Emerald. Beautiful. 3 more remain. Which, you know what that means? 3 more checkpoints in the level. How convenient. They even bothered collecting the checkpoints according to the Chaos Emeralds in mind. Or for a 100% playthrough in mind, I should say. That would have made a lot more sense. Anyways, I don't want to deal with that, so we're going up. For everyone's sake. Because we definitely don't want to deal with those things. Nice. No thank you. Here we go, we missed a checkpoint, but it's fine. We'll come back to it, don't worry. Oh, beautiful. Perfect timing. Thank you. So out of one enemy. We even went the wrong way. Fantastic. Can avoid that for now. We'll come back to it later. Trust me. I mean, it's not like something inconvenient can happen out of nowhere. I mean, is it now? Oh boy, here we go. Back to rain hunting. Meanwhile, there are a lot of good parts to look for. And we just pretty much nearly loot. Be fantastic. Should have grabbed the invincible. Or never mind, there's a monitor. First I thought there's invincibility monitor over there, but I was wrong. Never mind. Good thing flying is always an option if you're playing as Tails. Since again, you can break the game as him, and he's broken. And to me, there's even a monitor right there. What a coincidence! Thank you. I need rings, and I just missed like 10 of them. Oh, here we go again. Feel like I even went the wrong way. I did, fantastic. Well, that was almost all for nothing. Right on, thank you. You're still doing this the intended way, by the way. Yeah, that nearly rhymed. What a coincidence. Anyway, nothing happened. We're still here. We're back. All right, how many rings? 50. All right, here we go. Nice. The one spell stage that optimizes the 360 degrees of the half pipe. Pretty convenient. Nice. Right on. Nice. Nice. Just like that, ladies and gentlemen, done and done. And this was the yellow emerald. How convenient. Well, it's just one away. Fantastic. Or off by one emerald, I meant to say. That hardly even made any sense. But anyways, 2 emeralds remaining. Conveniently, 2 more checkpoints. Here we go. Let's not get hit by another coconut, shall we? Or coconuts. I mean, to be fair, I guess I could assume that's what the enemy's called. I mean, if that's what his name was in the cartoon, I could only assume. But for now, I'm going to be referring to that enemy as coconuts from the cartoon. For now, please forgive me. And bear with me, I should say. Here we go. I've already lost track of where it was. There it is, corkscrew. Excellent, here we go. I'm grabbing the monitor for obvious reasons. Left me off to this island, thank you. And hey, how convenient. 100 rings and a checkpoint. Or a star post, in other words. Here we go. Back to the half-pipe. Welcome back. Nice. Don't worry, I'm still here. I haven't forgotten about commenting yet again. Just slow it down a bit for the sake of focusing, since I don't want that to get me killed. And just like that it did. Oh god, what have I... When will I learn my lesson? This is fine. And just like that, moments of seamless commentary later and inconvenience, and obviously coordinates, another emerald is ours. Only one remains, and conveniently, we're right next to a checkpoint, so here we go. We'll take the extra life. Nice. Max Emerald Hill, here we go. Let's break the game, shall we? But first, one more time, here we go. They conveniently always put a checkpoint before a boss. It's more than appreciated. It certainly makes life a lot easier in Emerald Hill, especially if you're going for all the emeralds this early on in the game. Nice. You have 6 out of 7. Done and done. Nice. Just like that, ladies and gentlemen, on one try. Beautiful. Welcome to Genesis. Fantastic. And just like that, we got all the emeralds, and you know what that means? That means it's time it's time to power up. Beautiful. They didn't even bother putting in text for Tails. That's just disrespect right there. Anyways. Can't even transform. Oh, okay, never mind. For whatever reason, I can't even use the super characters, but anyways. I don't think Tails even had a super form in Sonic 2. Oh well. I might be wrong, but it might just be a glitch, since we have 900 rings, but oh well. How do you even go from 104 to 99? That's weird. It is pretty questionable, isn't it? You might have access to the super characters in that too, but anyways. Even the game was sick and tired of us playing the unintended way, so don't blame him. Or it, I should say. Here we go, that's the chemical plant. Will do. Right, thank you very much. It even resembles a city kind of setting. It's pretty interesting. Anyways, here we go. Avoid the bad mix. No, thank you. Rest in peace. Nice. Here we go. Again. Nice. Double nice. Oh boy, here we go. I have no idea what even happened. I can't access the super characters for whatever reason. Guess we're playing the game the intended way then. For the sake of variety. Can't even use the super characters, and I try to do so twice. Or make that 3 times now. Oh well, we're fine. Well, that's Chemical Plant Act 1, ladies and gentlemen. Why, thank you very much. Beautiful. Oh boy, what abomination awaits ahead. Time to Act 2, the boss act in other words. Oh boy. Here we go. Nice. Really running out of things to say here. I said just about everything I wanted to say during my playthrough of Sonic, but oh well. Might as well have 2 playthroughs for the price of 1. You know the saying, quality over quantity. Since my one exception to this is with Knuckles, and again, I don't want this. Well, I didn't want to upload too many things regarding the same topic. I didn't want one whole lesson to be too long either, which was pretty much regarding the same thing. So that's pretty much the reason as to why Knuckles is my only exception to this rule, since he's also playable in this game. Whether you put in the lock-on cartridge with Sonic and Knuckles, or whether you just have the portable mobile versions, or the Sonic Origins board. Fantastic. Well, here we go again, the long climb. Back to waiting, or we can break the game. My favorite. You don't even have to wait for the platforms anymore. Just do this. Because again, Tails is broken. Here we go. What abomination awaits ahead. Let's teach the good old doctor a lesson, shall we? Here we go. And this time, never mind. We're just gonna do that instead. No one saw that. This is all intentional. All part of my plan. Don't worry. You might as well implement some comedy while you're at it. I mean, hypothetically, I could use Tails' flying ability to cheese this boss, but comboing him is a lot more fun. Just like that. What did I tell you? Nice. And just like that is Chemical Plant. Beautiful. Nearly mislit, but just like that, more flakies have been freed, and you know what that means. On to the next zone. Nice. Here we go. Might as well even get a glimpse of what the background even looks like. It's pretty interesting. Anyways, Aquatic Ruin. Let's ruin the game. Fantastic. Or break it, I meant to say. See you later, Grounder. We'll see you next time. As Knuckles. Be a kid now. Nice. Double nice. Not today, thank you. Beautiful, I didn't even hit the bad neck. That's for his convenience. Approximately 42 seconds. Oh well. By all means, not as fast as 5 seconds slow. By all means, not as fast as last time, but oh well. It's fine. We'll take the coins though, thank you. 999. Excellent. Aquatic Ruin Act 2. Here we go. What abomination awaits ahead. We could do this in a way, or we can yet again break the game as Tails, since he's broken. I'll never get tired of saying so. Oh yeah, they even put a hidden monitor here. Who would have known? I've made a new discovery. Fantastic. Here we go. We're avoiding the water completely since we're Tails. Who needs swimming? Nice. Double nice. Oh boy, we're almost there. Just a matter of any day now. Thank you. Oh, would you look at right there? 47 seconds. Not bad. let's chase the boss, shall we? We can use the super characters, unfortunately, but again, Tails is a killing machine, both for Sonic and for everything else, pretty much. Don't believe me? There it is, I've proven my point. Just goes to show how broken Tails is in the Sonic games. Couldn't even control his fight in the original. Nice. Might as well make this somewhat entertaining. Fair. That's what this is all about. So here we go. Casino Night Act 1. Here we go again. Nice. Oh, double nice. We even missed every monitor. Fantastic. Oh boy. Nice. Thank you. I'm glad it didn't suffocate. And this time the block's back, since suffocation didn't break the game itself. I guess you could say they are pretty creative. Though to be fair, half the time his inventions are pretty much what causes his demise. It's pretty funny at times, but oh well. Might as well make this a bit cartoonish, Might as well make this a bit cartoonish while we're at it. This was made in the 90s after all. Nice. Well, here we go again, back to waiting. My favorite. Nice. Double nice. Triple nice. Beautiful. 5 times now. Or 4.5, I should say. We'll take a score, thank you. It's totally up to you whether or not you want to grind for lives in this, but for the sake of not making this video 20 years long, I won't be doing that. I'm sorry. It's for everyone's sake. Nice. All part of my plan, don't worry. And just like that, that's Zone 1. Beautiful. Or Act 1, I should say. Nice. One more act remains, and yet another boss. Fantastic. Until Hilltop, at least. Here we go again. I'll take my 3 coins. You can never have too many coins, even beyond the maximum capacity. Oh, here we go again. Didn't even need the spring. Fantastic. Going up. Or not. Barely avoided the slot machine. No thank you, not today. I'm not risking getting 3 robotics for just to try to get a jackpot. No thank you. Maybe another day. Well, here we go. Fantastic. Nice. You might as well. Oh, beautiful. Block. Just what I needed. Thank you. Nice. Seems conveniently another slot machine down there. Huh. And beautiful, just like I even missed it. Fantastic. Not even going for it. Here we go. Grabbing the final ring for obvious reasons. Oh boy, what abomination is ahead. Here we go. Nice. So even the special stages are gone, and still I cannot even transfer into the super characters. Beautiful. The game is really just that tired of me just breaking the game as every character in existence. Well, let's do it the intended way then, shall we? I assume you don't die first. Normally, you're supposed to bounce off walls. You can either pinball your way up to him or bounce off the walls, but I personally recommend bouncing up, since launching yourself upwards is not a good idea. Especially since you can't combo him, because he can pretty much counter any downwards attack. You used to be able to combo him in the original Genesis version, but that all changed in Origins for obvious reasons. as shown. They really didn't want anyone to cheat any of the boss fights, but oh well. The Sonic 2's bosses are one of the easier ones too, so there you have it. He's off, and with that, more Luigi 7 trade. Goodbye, Las Vegas. Until next time. Thank you. Just like that. Hilltop, anyways. In other words, Emerald Hill 2.0, or what was meant to be Emerald Hill, the past of Emerald Hill at least. Nice. Well, here we go. Nice. Yet again, a matter of platform will be there in no time, hopefully. Nice. Any day now. Thank you. Really running out of things to say here. Fantastic. Commentary strikes back. At this point, it's going to be the cause of my death. Not suffocation, but the commentary itself. Fantastic. What have I done? Meant to go up. But oh well, that's why you can always fly. Here we go again. Nice. Oh boy. Thank you. And just like that is Act 1, ladies and gentlemen. On to Act 2. Let's pay the good old doctor a visit, shall we? I mean, we only killed him about 2 minutes ago, so we might as well. Here we go again. Oh boy. Hilltop Act 2. What abomination awaits? Nice. 100% intentional, don't worry. Again, who needs platform when you can fly? Let's break the game. The game may have prevented us from, may have locked the superheroes out of reach for us, but that still won't stop us from breaking the game at miles per hour. So, here we go again. Nice. Just like that. Nice. Oh boy, here we go again. Let's see what Ronnie has to say. We killed him 2 minutes ago, but anyways. Back to this thing. Nice. And just like that, rest in peace. See you in Hidden Palace, I guess. As I'll never get tired of accessing that zone over and over again. We're just gonna skip over the Mystic Cave Zone boss. Rest in peace. Here we go again. Do love the music too. Do love the music though. Pretty number 1, conveniently the same one they used in the opening cutscene. In Origins at least. In the Genesis that was never a thing. Unless you have Sonic CD. Which we conveniently covered last time. What a coincidence. Nice. I even like how the spike, you can even see the spike within the walls. And that's how pretty much how most obstacles that squishy work. They're just hiding within walls and then they just come out. Or they're inside the wall, in other words, and then they get pushed out towards you. It's pretty obvious as to how that works. Just come along. It is effective though. I mean, considering the fact that feature alone has gotten me killed more than 10 million times since I've never died to an obstacle. Not count. The death egg doesn't count, by the way. The death egg robot, at least. Here we go, Act 1, beautiful. No deaths, obviously. And with that out of the way, on the Hidden Palace. In other words, Mystic Cave 2.0, 2.5. Here we go again. I'll take my coins. Thank you. Onwards. Mystic Cave Act 2. Oh boy. Just like my Sonic 1 playthrough, where we do the same thing but 3 times. Nice. Oh boy. And here we go again. Rest in peace, Tails. Or should I say, miles per hour. Oh boy, here we go again. Nice. Well, yeah, you might as well take alternative paths. Well read, since to be fair, that is Sonic level design, and boy, it is extremely effective and makes replayability all the more worth it. I do love that aspect. But I would also point that out, since I was running out of things to say. Nice. No platforms needed. Going this way, so we were getting that way last time. Nice. Yeah, beautiful level design. I love it. Just because of how creative it actually is. Here we go, back to water sliding. Fantastic. Even has like a water park kind of theme, to put it that way. And I'm actually gonna show off how to properly even beat the boss, since I usually just cheese this guy as a super characters, since that is a thing. And today's no difference. I can still do that, just like that, as long as I have enough rings. Nice. And just like that, that's the big bomb you're waiting for. There it is. Might as well show off how this boss is supposed to work. If you want this thing to explode like that, and then robotics gonna come down, and that's when you want to hit him. It takes a lot of patience, but if you have Tails or the super characters unlocked, then this boss is pretty much a joke, like every other one. Slow, yes, but to be fair, at least he puts up a good fight. Here we go. Nice. Oil Ocean, here we go. Act 1, to be more specific. Oh boy. Not to mention you can even skip half the level by simply just going under the oil, but we're not going to do that today. For obvious reasons, we might as well do this normally. I mean, this is a guide after all, so we might as well. It's not like we've done 90% of things within each Sonic game the unintended way or anything like that. So it adds up. Fantastic. Didn't even make it to the platform in time. Beautiful. Any day now, thank you. Nice. Here we go. Just hitting the checkpoint as a precaution, don't worry. It's all coming along together. Nice. Double nice. Well, here we go again. Back to flying. Welcome to Sky Patrol. Going this way. Oh, never mind. I could just get killed by suffocation. This is exactly why we grabbed the checkpoint. What did I say? I told you it was going to come to play at some point. Inconveniently, at least. Anyways, here we go. Nothing ever happened. Don't worry. It's all part of the move. Nice. Good riddance. I'm out of here. Anyways, back to Donkey Kong Country we go. Beautiful. Any day now. Thank you. Combo. Ooh, triple combo. Will do. Thank you. Nice. Anyways. Thank you. Should have just intentionally fallen down, but oh well. It's fine. Here we go. Thank you. Nice. Well, it didn't make much of a difference this time around, but oh well. It only took us a life or so, but it paid off. We don't even have lives in this, and since we're playing an anniversary mode, we have infinite lives. That would only apply to us if you're playing classic mode. But anyhow, here we go again. Nice. Oh goody. Thank you. Anyway, same way as before. Nice. We need springs, I can just fly. Never mind. Thank you. Nice. Barely missed that. Fantastic. Going for the combo. Thank you. Stylish, am I right? Beautiful, I ran the wrong way. Nothing happened. This is exactly why I can fly. Beautiful. Whoopie-doo. Well, here we go again. Fantastic. Nice. I'm sorry. I'm really gonna have to resort to saying simple words of commentary since I'm running out of things. I've officially run out of things to point out now. I'm sorry. This close, 49, beautiful. And we can't even access the super characters, which makes this all the better if I do say so myself. Anyway, let's teach the good old doctor a lesson or two, shall we? I mean, do you see what I mean? 100% balanced, am I right? Let's look at this. Balanced. Anyways, here we go again. Fantastic. Going in for the kill. And just like that, he's done for. Rest in peace, and we'll see you in Metropolis. Everyone's favorite zone in Sonic 2, obviously. Anyways, here we go again. Metropolis Act 1, oh boy, what abomination awaits now. Going this way. This is almost no different than my last playthrough, which I did about 50 minutes or so ago. Nice. Here we go. Ooh, double nice. going in for the combo. Thank you. Look, here we go again. Not today. I'm avoiding every overrated enemy in the game. Here we go. Nice. Didn't even need the lift. Fantastic. I'm definitely gonna regret the decision I just did. Beautiful. It was worth it. We got rid of the enemies. What did I tell you? It's all coming together. All part of my plan. Nice. Can even spin dash on these, but again, I don't recommend that since once you do lose all your speed, then it won't be as easy to rebuild it back up again. Don't ask how I know. Nice. At 50, and we conveniently can't even use the super characters. Oh well, it's fine. Just like that. Again, not only with its ability to fly, but also with its smart hitbox, still makes the game up pretty dang easy. Or a lot easier, I should have said. Anyways, what did I tell you? We never missed a jump. Definitely. Or never mind, we did. Beautiful. Here we go again. Back to Sky Patrol. Fantastic. We're almost there. Any day now. Thank you. The enemy nearly pushed me back down there, but we're fine. And that is it. That is the zone. That is the act, ladies and gentlemen. Only 2 more remain in Metropolis. Inconveniently. This is yet again the only zone in the entire game which just so happens to have 3 acts instead of 2. Anyways, here we go again. Fantastic. Beautiful. Nearly messed that up, thank you. And we go. Going up. Nice. Here we go, the long climb. The most anticipated moment of all. Hope you're ready. Nice. It's even a monitor that I could have grabbed, but oh well. There was conveniently another one right here. What a coincidence. For convenience, I should say. Nice. Convenience, am I right? Oh boy. Here we go again, back to bouncing 360 degrees. I also like to point out they even changed the jumping animation, the bouncing animation off springs. Originally, in the original Sonic, there wasn't really. It just showed Sonic jumping up, but then in Sonic CD, it showed him spinning upwards. And then in this game, he pretty much just bounced 360 degrees, and then they just reused that asset in Sonic 3. Pretty interesting though to see the progression of the animations, as they increasingly become more and more detailed and polished. It's pretty cool. Nice. Well, here we go. Nice. And there it is. Inconvenience. Any day now. Thank you. Nice. Oh, look at that. And that is Act 2. On to Act 3, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy. I'm saying the same things over and over again. Start of the act, I say something. In the midway point, it's silent, and then in the end, I just say, that's the act. Fantastic. You've all learned my patterns up by this point in the series, since I've been saying this for about 4 games straight now, or 5, I should say. A decent amount, that's for sure. If we're talking the Genesis games, at least. Here we go. Nice. Just a matter of time here, and we'll make it. Do trust me, oh boy. A long climb. Tension certainly built up. Here we go. Convenience, am I right? They were so thoughtful. How curious. Nice. We go again. Thank you. Back down here. And don't even need the platforms. Obviously, you can fly. Good riddance. And there it is. We've reached the midway point of the zone right about now. When silence takes over. Awkwardly. Nice. Inconvenience yet again strikes back. Oh boy. Nice. Just a decent amount of weapons over here. Thank you. And it's like, oh, we've reached the end. Beautiful. And since Tails is Hitbox, or never mind, that's actually a lie. We still have much more to go. Yeah, and since Tails' hitbox is so small, a lot of the enemy triggers don't even correctly take place. It's pretty funny. Again, goes to show how broken Tails is in this game, or in every Sonic, or in the classic Sonic games at least. Here we go. So how's your day been? We might as well start some conversation, since this should take about 20 more years or so, and we'll be there in no time. Here we go. Any minute now. No thank you. No thank you. Nice. Well, back to climbing. My favorite. And just like that, one more hit. Thank you. Up we go. Don't even need the platform, since Tails is broken. And just like that, time for the Metropolis boss. Beautiful. Here we go again. Nice. How convenient. I'm not even doing this intentionally, but oh well, it's fine. This is how every stream goes after all, so gotta stand out. Besides, originality, which is always more than acceptable. And just like that, that is it. And this time we spared more. Oh goody, we're slowly but surely creating a new army of Robotniks. Good gosh, what have I done? Oh no. They even try to kill you, which is just adorable. I'm sparing them for now. Rest in peace. Anyways, got Shade Zone, and this time, yet again we've broken the timeline, and this time Sonic's the one giving us a ride, and he's properly controlling his own plane. Fantastic. This time we're the ones that are going to stop Robotnik. Beautiful. The Sonic lore has been ruined. Beautiful. Just like last time with Super Hammy. Beautiful. We were able to access her super abilities, but we never did so with Tails. That's just depressing. Anyways, here we go again. Fantastic. We're even sparing the majority of the badniks this time. That's a first. Anyways, back to Genocide. Nice. And there it is. One more glimpse of Winged Fortress, and it completely bypasses us. Might as well get a glimpse of Tails' board animation. He definitely understands the situation right now. You could say he's pretty much defined Sonic 1 in a nutshell. Beautiful. With all the waiting. Thank you. It's that easy to make a review about a game. Fantastic. I should have said Tails pretty much described the waiting intersections of Sonic 1. That would have made a lot more sense. I officially can't talk anymore. Fantastic. Beautiful. The commentary's ruined. And just like that, speaking of which, time for Ring Fortress. Here we go. Oh gosh, here we go again. Let's not die, shall we? And this time, not to mention, we have to even fight the Winged Fortress boss the intended way. Rest in peace, Scratch, you will be missed. You could go that way, or you could, yet again, take another skip. Again, Tails is ridiculously broken in this game. Anyways. Oh, would you look at that? Even the game tried to stop. Even the background itself tried stopping us, but oh well. In the end, they both failed to do so, as no one can stop Tails. This is the thing now. What have I done? But anyways, onwards. Fantastic. Nice. Pretty much gonna finish the level in record time now, since yet again we're playing as the most broken character in the history of video games. And there it is. One more death stare. Beautiful. Well, here we go again. It's about to get interesting. Nice. So, I mean, you're gonna have to deal with these platforms. How convenient. So obviously, the boss would have been too easy without these. But just like that, it is still a cakewalk even without the super characters. There it is. Didn't even need the emeralds, and okay, you could apparently do that. Didn't even know there was something there. For once, you actually went to the control room. That's a first, but hey, you learn something new about video games every day. Who would have known? And yet again, we have destroyed the timeline once more. As this time, Tails is the one who's going to confront Robotnik for once and for all. Beautiful. They even speed up a lot of the pacing of these cutscenes, which usually used to take somewhat a bit longer. But anyways, one more animation later, and we're at the Death Egg. Here we go again. Please bear with me. And you know what that means? It's time for yet again the Death Egg robot, and Silver Sonic too. Oh boy. And just like that, we're in. Fantastic. The transition. Death Egg Zone, oh boy. Let's fight Silver Sonic, shall we? Nice. And perfect time, even got a 1-up out of that. Beautiful. Anyway, with another Robot Sonic down, just like that, we can finally get back to chasing Robotnik. Beautiful. But before we do so, one more encounter with a Death Egg. The most infamous boss in the entire game. Here we go again. And boy, am I hesitating a lot more than I usually do. Just for the better. Nice. Assuming you see him once, but he should always land directly in front, directly facing forward. And from the commentator, I'm gonna wait for the cycle to end since I don't want to risk dying and doing this all over again. I'm sorry, it's for the better. Commentating has gotten killed enough times for a stream. More than enough times in a stream, at least. Here we go. Any day now. Nice. Only a few more hits to go, and he should die relatively quickly. Just in time, and just like that, first try, what'd I tell you? All part of my plan, and everything obviously went accordingly with no doubts at all. Even in my first playthrough. 10 out of 10. Though unfortunately, Tails doesn't get a cutscene. Which is kind of sad, but to be fair, again, you wouldn't want to destroy the Sonic lore, now would you? Or the timeline, since again, this isn't canon. Though because of this, receiving a weird glitch I even showed off in an upload I made not too long ago that was titled Tails Dice, which pretty much which if you after you defeated the Death Egg and once you came out of it, I'm pretty sure if you kept holding right without letting the joystick go, Tails would just fly off screen and it would look like Sonic didn't even catch him. Just pretty funny. Even made a video about that, but I'm not sure if they patched that glitch or not. Probably not though. But this time I didn't, for obvious reasons, and again, didn't want to make Tails look bad here. So there it is. As we fly once more with some of the flickies we even saved. Just like that. How ironic, as Sonic conveniently saved Tails, but Tails couldn't save Sonic. That's just depressing. But just like that, that is Sonic the Hedgehog 2, ladies and gentlemen, as both Sonic the Hedgehog and Miles Tails per hour. And just like that, one more glimpse of the credits, shall we? There it is, staff roll. Thank you. Glad you all enjoyed my both playthroughs. I appreciate you guys for your both support and for bearing with me until the very end. This felt somewhat unnecessary, a bit too long, but it's fine. There it is, CG Naka. In other words, you too, or AKA, also known as. Even the Hidden Palace theme. Glad they added that in. Pretty and creative. Actually, that's a lie. I'm pretty sure that was in. That might or may not have been the original track and post. I could be wrong though. But hey, just like that, the Sonic timeline may have been destroyed for the 1 millionth time now, and I will never get tired of saying that. But hey, Tails is officially a hero. Tails is officially a hero now, which is all that matters. It's fine. It only cost us a story or so, and maybe one life, but it's fine. It was all worth it. We did it. Nice. And one more time, the classic jingle. Unforgettable. And there it is, the Death Egg once more crash lands into Angel Island after the event of Sonic 2, which again leads us into Sonic 3, which we'll get into later, don't worry. But first, there it is, even with Knuckles, and just like that, that's how Robotnik even comes to meet Knuckles and manipulate him into fighting Sonic, which will come into play later. And speaking of Knuckles, oh boy, there it is. The final sequence of the Death Egg crashing down into Angel Island, so knocking it back into the sea. Rest in peace. But anyway, just like that, that is Sonic the Hedgehog 2. As mentioned previously, that is not the end, however, since I have yet to play this game as Knuckles for, again, the sake of variety. And to be fair, he was originally meant to be playable in this game with the lock-on feature with the Sonic the Hedgehog 3, with the Sonic and Knuckles cartridge, I meant to say. But that will be a video for another day, since yet again I do not want this video to get too long, and to be fair, it's more or less the same thing, just with, again, less jumping height, and you can pretty much just climb and glide in the game now. But with that out of the way, I hope you guys enjoyed my playthrough of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I severely enjoyed making this playthrough, and boy, is this game more than ever recommended. If you can ever get your hands on it, it's pretty thing available. It's pretty not available, and it's not that hard to even gain access to play the game. It's truly a classic, and I recommend you guys play it whenever you get the opportunity. But with that out of the way, thanks for watching, everyone, and I hope you once more enjoyed my playthrough of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. My live stream regarding the Knuckles playthrough will premiere tomorrow at noon once more MST, the same time as I always upload. We're at 12 p.m. MST, in other words. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you all there. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I wish you all a fantastic day. Goodbye, everyone. Do take care. Until next time.